Can you hear me? Oh no, they say no volume.
What?
What? I take an exception to that. No volume. Hello, please. If you can hear us, please type 111. If you can hear us, please type 111. 111. If you can hear us, please type 111.
If you can hear us, please type 111.
Yes.
If you can hear us, please type 111.
Are we good? Are we good? I can't see anybody typing 111. My guys, I can see you guys online, but I can't hear. I don't know if you're hearing us because we really want to shoot straight today. We want to shoot straight. We're not bending corners. Please, can you hear us?
Bending corners.
Why are you laughing now? Is it not? Is how you people used to say it now? Exactly. We're good. Yay! Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Martins. We recognize you.
Yes.
And for all those joining us for the first time, just let us know where you are joining from.
You can do
hashtag. Where you're joining from.
Hashtag
hashtag first timer.
Let's welcome
hashtag Festac. Hashtag Lagos. Hashtag, Lagos in Portugal. Hashtag
wherever it is.
Wherever it is.
Yes. So, on this channel, we bring you valuable information to help you make better decisions in your life and your relationships. Some of you may wonder, why are we even taking to do this? The fact is that the wahala that you can find yourself in if you jump into this thing called marriage without preparing. It's a serious one. And that's why for us, it's really important that we talk about these issues and help everyone to know, be aware, understand better the implications, the seriousness, the importance, right? So that you can make the right choice, or at least you can make better choices. Because it's not just one choice. There are many choices that lead up to that final one where you say, I do. And then after that, you continue doing whatever it is that you said you are doing or you have done.
So you see, I think it is critical that at this point.
Debbie said, nice haircut.
I was even going to make a point now.
Bless you, sister.
I did not mention my haircut. I'm like, who am I? Not to say something about it.
She said it makes you look younger.
Oh wow! Can you put it on screen? It's not
say
every
it
day
again.
Say
it again.
They used to compliment me. There's the way that thing can just complete your ego. Is it ego or ego or ego?
You can't do
So really, thank you, Deborah. It's actually my guys that decided that I should try one new stylist, and shout out to Dano. What's the name of that? His cut. That was the name of that his cut. Shout out to him. He's the guy. Don't worry, just buzz me. I can connect you. I'm your plug to the nice hairstyles in town. See, I'm already very prideful. I'm prideful right now. Anyway, but let's move on. No, so this is a good time. It's a good time to share the link, to send it to your friends, to like, to subscribe. We always say subscribe. The cost. The cost is free, but it helps the message to reach the permanent site.
Yes, and it helps you know whenever we put up something.
Yes, it helps you know whenever we put up something, and helps the people that know you, so that somebody will not say you have not done anything for them in this life. So just share the message so that they will also know what's going on. And today we are talking what?
Age
barrier. We are saying it's an age barrier something.
Yes, it's something important to look at because of, as in so many reasons that we're going to delve into. Why is this thing so critical? Why is it that for ladies it is such an issue? For some ladies, not all, right? It's such an issue when they hear younger guys interested in them. It's like, and then why is it that for guys it's not such a big deal? And in fact, so of course that is not how should I put it? That doesn't apply in every situation. So should it apply in your case? Should you be amongst those who worry, or should you be about those who say, hey, it's not a problem for me, or age is nothing but a number? There was a time there was that song.
Age is nothing but a number. Oh, I remember I still got it. Don't worry. You are the singist. I'm the songy.
Yes, so age is nothing but a number. It was a song, and or it is a song. And yes, in relationships, we also talk about it. Is it really so critical? What is the problem if she's older than you? What's the problem if he's so much younger? And we'll talk about it. So call everybody and let's jump right into this. Martins is already saying something. Oh, Martin says, Sir K, your haircut for this program, it choke. Indeed, age is just a number with this kind of haircut.
My brother, you are getting it.
So, Martins, you have given us the first point of the day, which is that age might be an issue, but if you package yourself well, age may just be nothing but a number.
Word man.
And sometimes you may be young, but the way you package yourself,
it may become a number that is worrying.
Because somebody might just look at you and conclude that you are a lot older than you really are.
But see, this thing you have said is very critical.
It's very critical.
It's very critical.
Because some people may never be approached because somebody thinks that you are a lot older
than you really are.
A lot older. So really check yourself. Look in the mirror. And just in case you're so used to seeing yourself that you may not be able to tell. There's a way you see yourself every day and you can't really tell. So if you need to take things up a notch or change something about your appearance, the person to ask is not yourself, because you have been seeing yourself for forever, right? So it's a good time to call in your good friends, your objective friends, your friends that will tell you the truth, though. Because there's a way you ask your friends, and they say, yeah, you're fine. Yeah, no, you don't worry about it. But it may truly be that you're not fine like that. You need some friends that will tell you the truth. Some friends that will say, this hairstyle you have been doing, it does not work for you. Okay, this kind of clothes you have been wearing, it does not work for you. It doesn't bring you out. It doesn't help you to. It doesn't show your best features, or it drowns you, it hides you, and so on. You need friends who will tell you, I have this particular stylist, or in fact, your wardrobe, we need to change the whole thing. Or maybe just you frown too much. And because of the fact that you frown so much, you look a certain way. You need to liven up, do this, do that. Or, hey, maybe we need to add some exercise to your routine or adjust your diet. Let's look younger and fit and stuff like that. So, yes, you need friends that will tell you the truth. You need friends that will tell you the truth. Okay, so we'll stop there for that one. So, thank you very much, Martins, for that first interesting point.
First point, right? And the other part I wanted to bring is the fact that there's a way that poverty can make you age very quickly. You're not thinking it. No, but I mean, poverty can make you age, Babi. I've seen people, when we do all these things with God bless Nigeria.
Yes.
And we go into those places where there are people that are we call the lower rungs of society. And we go to those places and you bring somebody out. We have gone through places where we bring some people out and you look at them and they are looking older than my father. So do you understand?
Yes.
But after they are rehabilitated and cleaned up, you see the guy and you are wondering, is it the same person? So the moment the person is cleaned up and they come out of that situation, they are looking 5, sometimes even 10 years younger.
So that's like effects of poverty and sometimes substance abuse.
Yes,
right?
Yes. Yeah. So these are critical issues.
Yes.
These are critical issues.
So really check yourself, and you may need to employ friends to help you do this screening.
Check yourself and owe it to yourself that you shouldn't be one of the poor. No, Jesus said the poor you will always have among you, but at least determine within yourself that you will not be one of them.
Mm.
It will help. It will help the matters we are talking about.
Okay.
God help us all.
Amen.
Mhm.
Now, I don't want to miss this comment. Kingsley F. Young says, PK came looking younger in a topic that has to do with age. Jimoski. Hello, everyone. Hi, Jimoski. Maiwa says, hello, PK. You look amazing. Good vibes. Good vibes. Thank you very much, Maiwa. And Kingsley says, what's wrong with dating a lady 7 years older than me?
Okay. I think they were trying to catch up because me, I was following the screen. I was wondering where you were.
Oh,
or
I'm
reading
so
from.
sorry.
Thank you. So thank you for getting. What's wrong with dating a lady 7 years older than me?
So that's a
But
good
we are,
question.
we are, that,
We're
that's a
going
good
to get
question.
there,
But
right?
we need to get there.
Okay.
But I want us to follow your lead.
Okay.
Is
All right.
I'm being
So,
a gentleman right now because
yes.
I can't look this good and not be gentle.
Okay, so first of all, they're supposed to give this like a name or a tag or something. They call it age gap relationships. So, and it's not. If you look at it, most of the time, it's not 2 years, 3 years. Not too much of a problem. When you start getting to 10 years,
But even 5 years, sir,
in
for
so
guy-girl relationship is a problem.
yes, now we'll get there.
Okay.
But when you start getting 10 years, then it becomes marked like like really. So how do you deal with these kinds of relationships? Is it okay? Are there issues surrounding it? And those are the things that we're talking about today. Okay, so first and foremost, I think we should talk about some of the issues. We'll go through them, and then we can now get to the part where some other people tell us, maybe those who have such relationships, tell us some of the things you have experienced in yours.
So I think it will still be okay to loop in this question from Kingsley. What is wrong with dating a lady 7 years older?
Because that question
than you?
leads us right to the
heart
issues and the
of the matter.
challenges. Okay, so now first of all, there are different factors that affect this age gap relationships. Okay, so culture is one of the things that affects it, right?
Okay.
Your circle of friends and so on is another thing, because I mean, there's a way that your friends will say, is this your boyfriend? Somebody that is younger than my younger brother. Do you understand that kind of situation? And where they begin to look at this person that you say you are dating as a baby compared to you guys, so your circle can affect that. The sex can, as in the gender, can affect it also, because in a case where you have a guy, men tend to be more open to, is she, as in their tolerance for that age thing is a lot more than ladies. Men don't mind marrying younger, and in some cases they also do not mind marrying older. Ladies, on the other hand, their own band, our own band, is narrower, right? The average lady, especially in our culture in Nigeria, right? Most people would rather marry somebody a few years older, right? A few years older. Some can do with, okay, we're age mates, but when you start talking to people about younger men, it's like, no, for different reasons, right? Some people will cite immaturity. The younger people are immature, and they just generalize and assume that because the person is younger, they can't handle you, or they may feel they need to start being bossy, or because they're looking for how to make sure you still respect them and so on, even though they are younger than you and so on. These are some of the factors, right, that affect this whole thing of age gap relationships. Now, the question to ask yourself is, if you have this as an issue or as an option, what should you do? What should you be aware of that you will face, the challenges you will face? And this brings me to Kingsley's question. What are the challenges that you're likely to face? First of all, just know that it will draw a lot of attention, Sha. Because people will just imagine you show up to a party with your working class friends, girlfriends, lady friends, right? And then you show up and you're with this guy who looks like he's still in university. It will draw attention whether you like it or not. And this is where age comes in. Why am I saying age? Age as in age range, right? Because the fact is, when I am 20, if I say I'm dating someone who is 15 or 12, it is a big problem, right? Because probably you are in university and the person is in secondary school, or you are 17 and you're dating someone who is 27, 10 years older, right? But that 27 is probably already working, and you 17, you're maybe in your SS3, that kind of thing. So it's going to look like you left you jumped to university, went to people that are working. It looks glaring. But by the time you get much older, where you're talking about somebody in their 30s and someone in their 40s, it doesn't look so problematic anymore, right? Because those the earlier phases of life, there's a number of transitions there. So as you're getting older, it is becoming less complicated, right? But now, 7 years older, you have to start checking generational.
So before we even get there, what I'm hearing you say is that the distance between the couple in ages is also affected by the stage of
their life, exactly.
That they are in.
Yeah.
So if they are in their 20s and one person is 27 and one person is 20, there's a different vibe to it. If they are in their 30s, the guy is 30, the lady is 37, there's a different vibe. Abi? If they're in their 40s, the guy is 40, the lady is 47, there's a different vibe. If you now flip the coin, is the vibe easier if the guy is the one that is 47 and the lady is the one that is 40, or if the guy is 37 and the lady is 30? Is it easier?
For the guy, it's easier. Okay, so let me tell you what some of the other things that feed into this. For somebody, for women who are looking for stability, for instance, or they would rather settle with a guy who is already settled, a guy who they see as more mature, a guy who they see as older, so it's easier to submit to in our cultural context and so on.
Submit.
Those factors come into play. So this year, right? The guy is 30, right? You now start checking how settled is the guy, right?
At 30.
At 30 compared to the lady. Is it a situation where she's settled financially, she's got her stuff, and the guy is still trying to find a job? In which case it looks as if, okay, she's now the in quote breadwinner, and then he is feeling you're not submitting to and stuff like that.
See what you have just brought here now. Yeah, this is is what they will call a smorgasbord of issues. Do you understand? As in, while we are talking on the distance between their ages, you have also brought in a financial element to the equation.
Yeah.
So the thing is now moving from simple binary equation to complex quadratic equation. Are you feeling me now? Yeah, I feel like I'm on a roll. I'm going some age matter has a number of issues that fits into it.
Yes.
So as you are explaining that it is between an older lady and a younger guy, this it's not just the number of the age.
Go ahead.
I feel like the people that will still make that conclusion is still the guy and the girl in the relationship.
That's what I was just about to say. It depends on the people, because the conditions are peculiar as you go from person to person. Okay, let me touch another one. You know how somebody will say, if you marry him and he's younger than you, by the time you people are a little older, you'll be looking like his mother.
What?
Do you understand?
And that's an issue.
And that is an issue for some people. For some people, that is a valid concern. But imagine that you are a cute, petite, extra beautiful woman who just happens to have some kinds of genes that make you look younger than your age.
Evergreen.
Do you understand? And then some guy who is maybe 5 years younger or something comes and says he's interested in you. And you're like, no, I don't want to look like your auntie by the time we're 20 years older. Meanwhile, the guy is tall. The guy, by the time he stands beside you, you very easily look like his little sister. should that be a deal breaker for you, for that particular lady
So
in that
I think
situation?
I think I will turn the question
Mhm.
to our
Mhm.
audience.
Mhm.
In this age matter, I think at this point we will also take some
Some of the
calls.
comments.
Yeah,
Okay, some calls
we'll
and
take some calls, but we'll look at the comments.
yes.
Will it be an issue for you, or what is the main issue for you if you are an older lady and he's a younger guy? Is it the cultural element we've mentioned?
Yeah.
Is it the financial element we've mentioned?
Mhm.
Is it the biological clock or biological elements that we've mentioned? Or is it also the socio-economic issues that we have mentioned?
Or is it the
Babi, I
stigma?
see, or is it the stigma?
Because
Because
there's a way they will look at somebody that is younger going for an older person who is settled. They'll start saying gold digger. Sometimes like that will start coming.
those are the
Then when you
socio-economic
now
issues.
a much older person goes for a young person, now saying you're going to what they call it, rock the cradle, or be something the cradle.
My goodness.
I've forgotten how they put it. But they start saying they look at you as if you're trying to use the other person just because.
So the question still comes back. For you,
what
is the real issue?
Yeah.
Why is it a no-no?
And if it
yes,
is, why?
Why?
Correct. If yes, why? Okay, so while we're waiting for your answers to come in, we'll look at some of the comments yes.
that have come in. Yeah.
Jay's Empire, I think sometimes age difference
is for some men, right? Timora says, is this your boyfriend? God, I beg. Take one in the morning, take one at night. So it's a dose of God, I beg. So that, to avoid that question, is this your boyfriend? When they start asking you that kind of question, they're asking you questions that are looking for answers that you don't have. Is this your boyfriend? Or is this one also your boyfriend? Let me move on. Let me just move on. Let me move on. Jimoski says, ladies put too much pressure on themselves in regards to age. Ladies put too much pressure on themselves in regards to age. So, ladies, please tell us, what is the real issue for you? We have listed a number of issues, but we don't want to take the whole conversation, right? We want you to list for us what really for you. What's the critical issue about? What's the issue about age? And we can discuss it and see, does it really matter, or is it just a number, like we said? Kingsley says, people say dating and marrying older women is less of a problem compared to their younger counterpart. What is your take on this? That's something you have mentioned. You've discussed it about dating and marrying an older woman. So for the guy, it may not be an issue, but then it may not be an issue personally. But we have also spoken about the cultural stigma that may be attached to it. In which case, they are calling you, or the socioeconomic stigma, they're calling you.
And there's the other part where there's the other part where some people say that older women are more patient. Older women have less drama. Older women are settled.
It doesn't take a lot to satisfy them.
And apart from that, because they have their own money, they won't disturb you too much. These are some of the reasons why people say older. Why some people prefer older women.
So Jimoski is saying, where I am from, age doesn't matter. We can marry a lady at any age. So that's a different culture. That's a different culture. Their culture sorts that out. Thank you, Jimoski. Liz, what's he say? Okay, it's the English.
That place.
Oh, that place I spoke. And something you should remind back to go and hear it. I can't speak it again because I can't even remember what I said. But leave it like that. Guys, carry this age. Peace says, guys carry this age thing on their head, especially when ego is involved. Imagine a guy 10 years older, but he decides to date you, and later on, he's like, you haven't experienced life. You are still growing. So the question now is, which is the question we are asking to you, is it an issue if he feels like this? Why is it an issue? Do you understand? So, Peace, we'd like to hear your take. Please, guys, you can post the link there so that we can hear what Peace thinks. Post the link there. Esther, Atadiaha, Babi. Hey, see people soon.
Atadiaha.
So you can take Peace.
Yes, Peace says, or a guy that is like, I'm not your mate. He is way older, but you are even scared to say something to him or even play with him. So Esther, Peace has just talked about one of the issues, right? Which is your freedom of expression. And it is both ways, because there's a way that you will so you will try to speak and somebody's telling you, am I your mate, I am so much older than you, or someone feels that by default, because they've lived longer, that they are more experienced, and and for that reason you should always defer to them whenever people want to make decisions. They feel like your opinion doesn't matter because you are much younger, much less experienced, and so on. Or they see you as immature, because compared to them, whatever. So these are some of the things that you need to check for. So please, that's a valid point. The freedom of expression in
and
that
you
relationship.
that point brings me to a place where I'm saying that if these things are important to you, perhaps before you jump into a relationship with a guy or a lady, these conversations need to be had.
Yeah, conversations need to be had. One, you need to also check yourself, right? When I say check yourself, you know where you are at. At least you have an idea of where you are. So when you see somebody that is interested in you, you now need to check, are we at par? Because when you say compatibility, you have to check maturity wise, are we on the same level, or at least somewhere not too far apart? Not that there's a baby and then there's a mature person. The fact that you are an adult in body doesn't mean you are mature enough, right? So you need to check, what's the difference in this maturity. If not, somebody will say something like that to you.
So check the difference in the maturity. These are all tips we're dropping, and based on the conversation. I need us to run through this so we can take a commercial break. My wife says, for me, it's an issue because I have these childish vibes of I and my partner looking cool as we age. I'd rather not take my chances on the biological clock scenario. It's the scenario for me. Yes, on the biological clock. So for my wife, it's clear. I ain't doing older couples anything. Older than me, I ain't doing it. Right? Timora, so I agree, Kingsley, but I also think it depends on the maturity of the mind. So Timothy is saying that some people are mature in their mind,
even though they are younger.
And older ladies won't mind that. So older ladies tell us, you won't mind if he's mature, but he's younger. But then that still brings us to the subtext of this conversation. How
old is too old?
Is too old. And by inversion, how young is too young. So it's up to you guys. Please, let's keep the conversation going. For me, I don't mind dating older women. You sincerely have the time of your life, but marriage is a completely different experience. We are talking forever. It's actually a forever something. It's actually a forever something. So think about it. A younger girl can develop a way of life that makes her look mature. True. It says, I don't have issues dating a lady a year or two older, so long as we understand each other. And interestingly, dating someone younger than I am by 3 or 4 years, I don't feel so cool with it. It's important that you recognize what
you want,
what works for you. And there's something that my wife just said. She said it in the earlier part, and that is the fact that if before you are evaluating someone that is older than you, you have to check yourself. Why does it matter? And that's what we have asked. So please, there's the link. They've posted the link on the group. Please, if you want to call in, please do call in. This conversation is really heating up. Please do call in. Click the link on the live chat. Younger woman brings the fun of the relationship. Keep talking, Jay. We're hearing your preference. Hello, Peace. Your point of view is so valid. I know a man that says that often I was his neighbor. He claims his age makes him almighty at decision making.
Oh, that says that often. His neighbor. Interesting. So are we going to continue? Maiwa says marriage will cure that blindness, and Peace says you have this conversation with them, but they say age is just a number. It doesn't matter. All that matters is I love you. Get into the relationship first. What your eyes will see, your mouth cannot talk. And this is why in relationships you don't just go with what people say. I mean, some people say he said. He said will lead you into trouble. You better also be watching what he is, in quote, saying, with his actions, with his decisions, with his responses to different things that happen, to things that you do, to things that you say. Because I mean, he says it's not a problem. Age is nothing but a number. But when you are speaking, what is he saying? How is he responding? When you are sharing your point of view, is he taking them, or is he saying no? I am the man in this. And you know, sometimes the age thing gives the person an advantage as far as finances are also concerned. Because they have finished school, they have worked the first job, second job, they probably settled into the right one now. And they are the ones that have the money, have the resources. So apart from age, there's also the financial factor that may make this person feel like I have the right. I am funding it and I am older. So you should listen to me. It's my way or nothing. And you may not even have so much of a say, because you can, if you say it's going to be the other way, the person can say, well, if you want it that way, then you fund it. So what if you're faced with that? What do you do?
Well, I think we will take a pause on here and take a break from we'll take a commercial, and we will come back in 30 seconds. Right. So take it away, guys.
Better get your PVC. Something hot is here. 50,000 naira. That's the cash prize for the person who wins the Japa PVC Dance Challenge.
Unayera, yes, all you need to do is create a 30 seconds to 1 minute dance video and upload it using the hashtag Japa PVC Challenge, and you can stand a chance to go home with 50,000 naira.
Remember, my handle is at Anietie Bature. That's ANIETIE Bature BATURE.
Yeah, you dance, yeah, you know what I'm saying? All right, so let the best dance wait. Get your beats.
Yeah, so that talks about the Japa PVC Dance Challenge. And interestingly, Bobby, we've gotten some feedback, and some guys say, and maybe you guys will tell us, some guys say we should open up the dance challenge to a creative challenge, that not everybody can dance. And they want to participate in this, but they can't dance. But they have their PVC. And since it's a social gesture, it's a social move we're doing, we should give them the opportunity to participate in this, but by their creativity. And I actually saw an interesting creative from someone in Abuja, right? And he did a skit, with Japa PVC. It was interesting. So
Is it the one with the orange?
Yes, the one with the orange. I was asking. So do you think we should open it up, not just the dance, but
Yeah. I think it's a good idea.
So you guys tell us if you want us to open it up to creative challenge, to Japa PVC challenge, to be more creative, not just dance. Type 111. If you want us to keep it as dance challenge, type 000. That way, we will know at the end of the show, and we will let you know.
Okay. All right.
So let's get back to the issue. Let's catch up on the comments.
Okay, so we have someone backstage.
So we have someone backstage.
Okay.
So let's see if we can bring him in. Hello, can you hear me? Hello,
yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Hi,
Good
Ugo.
evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Fine, nice to be
Okay,
with you
Ugo, I
this
hope
night.
you're using your headset. Yes, we are happy
Yeah,
that you're here with us. I hope everything is going well with you and your family.
yes, we are pretty good.
Can you
Thank
hear
you.
me?
Yes.
Okay, great, fantastic. Okay, so what would you like to say? We're all ears.
Um. Well, a lot of people have said a whole lot of things, but I think I have one or two things to contribute. In a marriage relationship, especially in Africa, it is always better the man is the older person. Uh, as far as we are talking about African context. And like, I am going to shock you with one thing. In the culture I come from, like Igbo culture, a woman doesn't become an elder to a man. Igbo culture generally, there is no woman that's senior.
Mm.
That's Igbo culture. There's no woman that's senior a man. That's Igbo culture. Go and verify. So even if your wife is 100 years old and you are 30 years old, you are the elder there in that very marriage. That's Igbo culture for you. And you know, most of the times, people tend to deceive themselves by trying to fit in into what they are not. There are things
Okay.
that are
Please, guys,
natural about it.
for us in the comments. We should verify. Fact check it.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
We
We
lost you
lost you
for
for
a
a bit.
bit,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Okay, as I was saying, there are things that are natural about people. And most of the times, if you want to go out from that very natural order, it will need an extra work. An extra work. It doesn't just flow naturally like that. So in most cases, I've seen a lot of people who say that they are getting married and the woman and the man are the same age, or the woman is older than the man. At the end of the day, such marriages, majority of them, they do have frictions. There is friction because this very woman will be thinking, I am older, like you said. In most cases, what lure men into this is because of financial gain, not love. Let us just say the truth. Out of
Mm.
90
Let's
percent
say the
of such
truth.
marriages, what lure the men into it is financial gain, not love. Is what they are going to gain. And if eventually they enter that very marriage and they see that the center is not holding, what they felt they are going to get in the marriage is not forthcoming, you will start seeing crisis everywhere. So if I am to advise, I will advise everybody to just marry the normal way. Just marry the normal way,
Mm.
like the man being older than the woman. That's just what I'm going to advise. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, Ugo. Thank you very much. Your points are very clear. As far as Ugo is concerned,
Mm-hmm.
normal way,
Is the man is
man
older.
is older than the woman. That's normal.
Yeah.
That's I think that's
And in summary, what he said is if you do otherwise, you will have to put in a lot of effort into that marriage.
so the question is, are you ready for the effort?
Yeah, that's if you choose
If
to
you choose
do
to
what
go,
he says
what
is not
is
normal.
not normal.
Yes,
Let's take some comments here.
Thanks a lot to go.
Thank you so much, Ugo. Gloria Effiong said, African mentality. Some people are so concerned about this age matters rather than character and attitude, causing a lot of women to lie about their real age just to fit in and find true love. So this line about age is not only in football that the thing happens. So it's not only in football that people lie about age. So even in relationship, people lie about age. Thank you, Gloria, for sending that. That is interesting to note. It's interesting to know that you lie about your age just to get into the relationship. But by the time they get into the relationship, will things not happen that now make your true age come out? And I mean, there are issues here, Barbie. There are issues here.
You think that okay, when it comes to you're thinking about getting married to this person, spending the rest of your life with this person is going to be your family, as in you understand, and you would expect 100% honesty, right? But to think that somebody can lie about their age in their relationship.
What else is the
Wow.
person lying about? Let's not go there. Let me just move on.
It's just a wow.
Let me focus. What else is the person lying about? But we'll get there. We may not get there, but let me not go
Okay.
there. I don't have issues dating someone I'm older than. But the question is, will the person not use it to insult me later? Question. No, that's a very valid question. Will they not use it to insult you later? And this insult can come from both sides. It can be the older woman insulting the guy, or the guy feeling insulted by the older woman, or it can be
The younger man
insulting the older woman.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, it can be
it's both
anyway.
ways. It's both ways. This Mayawa's point of view is almost like concluding that the older person will die first in marriage. But nobody has a monopoly of that, so it comes to us all, right? So it comes to everyone. So you can't really conclude on that. But I get where you're going. Yes.
Yeah, you've seen this one.
We've seen that comment. Peace says, or the part where your partner talks to you anyhow because he's older, talking from experience.
Exactly.
Please, it would be good if you can call into the set and share this experience with us. Me, I like gist.
That's what we're talking about. If he's older, right, and he's more settled financially, there's the tendency, because he's feeling like, what do you know? And if you claim to know so much, well, show me the evidence. What's the evidence you have? Only this secondary school and university degree. Do you understand? Which money have you made? What business have you built? Don't answer some of these questions before you come and start telling me that your opinion counts. These are just simple things that can be said in that kind of scenario. So
something TJ. TJ says, when we date older ladies, there's a pressure to behave in a certain way. Listen, I like TJ. Let me tell you why I like him.
Why?
He's telling you, he's not saying when my friend dated older ladies. Say when we date older ladies. There's a voice of experience coming out there. I like you, bro. He says when we date older ladies, there's pressure to behave in a certain way, so as you don't look immature to our partner. I feel it's the same for ladies too. When they date older guy, I feel this is life. This is life. Grace says age is just a number. Yeah, but this particular phrase has a lot of definition back to back. The comments just keep coming in, but we have Mayawa backstage. Let's take that and then we'll come back to some of the comments. Mayawa, good evening. How are you doing today?
Hello, PK. Good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Good evening. Yes, we can.
Well, so this thing about like dating or marrying older people, personally for me, since I was young, my parents have done a lot in the way of like inscribing it on my mind that there is a way things should go. Maybe because I've always been the youngest person in every class or every probably my the tendency that we are either age mates or they are older than me. So from a very young age, told me, or my parents have actually explained to me, okay, this is why it should be this way. And one of the major reasons that they used to drive the point home is that biological clock thing. But then, as your wife rightfully mentioned, there are some ladies that they have a lot in the way of looking younger than their age, and that can that might be advantageous when you marry somebody older. But I just think, I really think, except maybe you are somehow unlucky in love, that age thing is there to like kind of help guide the people that you should get married to. It should also be like one of the things on the list that, okay, when you're picking your list, is she beautiful? Yes. Does she have good manners? Yes. Does she fall between this particular age range? Yes. It should just be one of those things that should just help and guide you in choosing the person that you should marry. So personally for me, I would like the age range will be age mates to 2 years or 3 years younger than I am, ideally, from my own ideologies. Thank you. Pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mayawa. Very clear ideology right there. I saw some comments. Talking about Peace says, I don't agree with you, sir. I guess this was him. She's talking to the comment by Ugo. When he called in, She says, I don't agree with you, sir. My parents are age mates, just months differences, and their marriage is over 3 decades. So that happened, right? But remember he said
Advising.
he's advising, right?
he's
And
not
it's his from his culture.
cultural
So
perspective.
he told us to go and
Yes.
verify, and I've told you guys, the Igbo people that are on the call, please go and verify and tell us whether if the guy is 17 and the woman is 30.
So it's
whether
you
the
see
guy
how
is
culture
older.
comes into play in a number of things, and how it forms our some of our viewpoints, right? Or and so on. So for instance, Jimoski told us in his own culture, you can marry any woman, as in age is not a factor at all. But Ugo told us in the Igbo culture, it's important. So what's your own culture? How is it affecting you? How is it affecting your decisions? Are you considering it? Because there's a place where there's something that is very critical here. There's a place where the family, sometimes you just look at the man and the woman. Have you looked at the other people connected to the man and the woman? So for instance, you Igbo, like you got marry somebody and your people are looking at that person as is way too old, and because of that they don't approve of the marriage, or way too young, and because of that they do not approve. Okay, so, how about a case where
are there instances where a family actually turns down a proposal? Of course. I
mean, imagine, let me give you a typical scenario. You have a young lady, she just finished school. She goes to serve somewhere and meets an interesting, much older man, right? And the man loves her, she loves him, and then they go to meet the parents. And the parents of the girl said, this is our daughter that we have been working hard to train, right? And now she has finished school, and the person she's bringing home for us to say yes is this many years older man who probably in another how many, and there are different reasons why you would be concerned. Is how will he be able to fend for her in his older years? Because depending on how old he is, if he's working, he may be close to retirement. So is it when she's just beginning to have children that he is retiring?
So we're back to
other
factors,
financial,
cultural, socio-economic, psychological,
and so on. So the parents may actually look at some factors and say, this is not going to happen. So what are you going to do in that case? Or what if you're the younger, you're the woman, you're much younger, and then you now go to marry a man who probably had a family before, maybe he lost his wife, maybe he's divorced and has older children that are probably as old as you are or older than you.
That's an issue.
Do you understand?
That's an issue. So flip it. The guy is the young one. The young one just left school, and then there's the older lady.
The older lady. So they'll just call her sugar mommy, is it not?
Wow.
So you will have stigma to deal with, and they'll call the guy different names. So the stigma is there. So the fact is, if you choose that you're going to go ahead with that relationship, then you have to be ready
to deal with all
you have to be ready. It is a decision that you say, I am making it, I have made it, I am taking full responsibility for it. I'm going to deal with all the consequences, because the consequences are there. You will face those challenges. So don't go in hoping that it will be all rosy and everything will be fantastic. And then when you get in and people start treating you a certain way, you say, oh, can you imagine? We went to that event and people were just looking at us as if what? And then you start getting angry with people. Why are you getting angry with people? You should have known that they will be looking at you. You will draw attention. You will look out of place. So don't get angry.
So if you're going to draw attention, prepare for it.
Yes. And draw it well and own the attention.
Own the attention.
Like, oh yeah.
I know. He looks like my younger brother. He's my younger husband.
Yes. And then, in fact, you can even say it just speaks to the kind of woman I am. You know?
So
yes. So
Grace says, let's forget age when we talk about being in a relationship with someone older than you. For me, it boils down to emotional intelligence. That's the psychological perspective, but not psychological. Physiological, emotional intelligence, psychological. Thank you. So there are many ways of looking at these issues, and we just keep bringing.
And you know that part where we're talking about looking at yourself, before we get to what my wife was saying, the part of looking at yourself, if you know that you don't have enough self-worth, enough self-confidence as a guy, don't go and marry somebody that is older than you. Because you're just going to look at all the things that she's doing and feel as if she's putting you down. She doesn't respect you. She doesn't this, she doesn't that. Do you understand? But the fact is, if you look at yourself and you know, I have a problem, then stand back. You don't need to go into that kind of relationship. This is all part of looking within.
Looking within. It's very critical.
Yeah.
So because remember there was okay, before I say that, let me take
Grace's comment.
Mayowa
okay.
says there's a lot more to a relationship than emotional intelligence. It's important but not absolute. True. We have all raised a lot of issues. Ugochukwu says in Igbo culture, it's widely believed that if a man marries older lady, he grows old faster. Hey, this is the issue of the matter, and this seems to be true from examples around.
Oh my goodness.
We need to investigate this Igbo culture. Please, guys, help us investigate this culture and let us know so that we will know. He said this is applicable to a far younger lady who marries an ancestor. Oh my Lord! Because it says ancestor. Proximity of 1 to 2 years older or younger. I'm guessing he's trying to say 1 to 2 years. They're still
or younger
aging.
as a guy. It doesn't matter.
But Bobby, there's also the part that was not mentioned, which is the generational divide. That between a certain age, right? You are not thinking alike.
Experiences you have.
The experiences you have, you are not thinking alike.
Yeah.
There's something in psychology called the cohort effect, right? The cohort effect. And it says it speaks to the fact that people within a certain generation tend to think a certain way. And the research was done monitoring people that were from the baby boomer generation to generation X to generation Y over a number of years, right? Because the truth is,
the millennials,
the truth is that as people age, there tends to be a wide variance in their choices about particular issues. In other words, people that are 60 to 80, 60 to 70, for example, within that class, if you ask them what is their choice of ice cream, you will have a very wide variance compared to people that are in their 20s. You are able to get a normal set. So what that psychological analysis, what similar opinions, similar dreams, similar drives. Do you understand? But as you begin to move away from your generation, for example, if I speak to our generation, when you sing songs, for example, you like the song to be lyrically constructed, lexically accurate, structurally, aligned. We look at those things when we sing music from our generation. But in this generation that is coming,
the beat
is just about the beats. The moment you can put 2 or 3 beats together and people can shake in some absurd and inexplicable ways, music has happened. So you now mix somebody that is from that generation with somebody that is from my generation to say, what are you even dancing to? Do you know what they are saying? You don't know. And in this generation, the songs that they sing, they use words that you don't even know what it means. Even the person that used the word doesn't know what it means. But we will believe that, if you're going to sing the song must have meaning. Do you understand? So this is the generational divide, and that's what the cohort effect speaks to.
Yeah.
And that's very critical.
Yeah.
So we need to, all of these things need to be taken into consideration
Yeah.
when you are considering age.
That there's another important thing here when it comes to the medical side of things. As you're getting, or should I say biological side of things, as you're getting older, someone will say, if an older lady marries a much younger man, by the time she's getting to menopause, the guy is still at his
firing on all cylinders.
So how do you deal with that?
How do you deal with that?
Which puts a strain, right? Especially if they don't take the right steps to manage that situation. We get to a situation where somebody is saying, you know what, I'm not getting satisfied at home, and because of that, and you know, they feel justified to go out, or the woman says, you know what, I've tried, I can't satisfy you, please just go and find someone your age, I beg, and so on. Grace says, I remember wandering in the wilderness when I thought dating someone that was educated would save me from a damaged mental health, but turned out that more educated people is just that certificate. It's just the certificate.
It's just the certificate.
Interesting.
Grace,
Wow, Grace.
really, mental health is very important in relationships, and those are some of the things that we study that we learned in psychology. You know, this psychology thing I'm doing is
It's making you very happy.
It's making it's fascinating. You know, it's fascinating. I just got my first certification, so it's like all right. Thank you. Is a PhD we are going.
Congratulations.
We are on the way. No, but my point is mental health is very important, and trust me, guys. In order to deal with mental health, you cannot get it from somebody else. It's too much of a burden to place on someone else in order to derive personal satisfaction. You need to deal with yourself first. Seek the help of a counselor. We are certified counselors, right? You know, and seek the help of a professional. We have access to professionals that can help in mental health cases. And if a relationship is going to cause you mental health, my brother, my sister, check your heart.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's something interesting. I mean, it's not all doom and gloom.
Yes,
there's some benefits.
Yes.
You know, for instance, if you have this age range, this gap, right? It means that okay, let's use work as an instance. If they are both like the same age, they get into work, say 25, 27, right? And they start working and then they retire at 60. They were earning for just this slot. But if you have somebody, say 10 years younger, right? It means that even when this other person retires, you still have someone there to take care of or to earn money. So it's not just, you're not both moving into pension mode. There's someone who is still in an active career, bringing in enough money. So a study showed that there's the higher life expectancy for couples that
there's higher life expectancy.
Yeah. And then another thing they found was that a number of women who are in marriages with much younger men, right, are happier.
Oh wow.
And that was an interesting one, because they said they feel like they have a lot more liberty, because the man is not looking at them like, I am the boss, I am the, you know, there seems to be a little more respect, a little more acknowledging her as a person and allowing her to express herself and be herself. And you know, that is what brings about the extra happiness for women in such relationships. So it's not all doom and gloom.
It's not all doom and gloom.
Yes. So it's something interesting to explore. And I mean, I used to think I'm going to marry somebody who is 3 or 4 years older.
And she got me.
But then he was should I say as mature or even more mature. So the age wasn't a factor at all.
You know.
And I'm very happy.
She got me.
I'm very happy. Yes.
Okay. So we have gotten the cue to begin to
wrap this up
and take this home. So we really enjoin you. We really enjoin you to really look at yourself, because someone asked us a question once in one marriage seminar. By the way, we're supposed to be at somewhere tomorrow.
Mount Zion.
We're supposed to be at Mount Zion tomorrow. Do they have that flyer? Maybe you should do a roundup. Let me ask them if they have the flyer.
Okay. Yes.
In case there's anybody in the area, and they can meet us. So do
yes.
your roundup.
So my roundup. This is something that we all need to know. So the difference between me and my husband. Someone is asking.
Oh.
I am older.
Why is she doing like this?
I am older.
Wait.
Don't spoil it by saying by how much.
She's older. 14 days.
15 to be precise.
That is 2 weeks. I've reduced it now to 2 weeks. She's 2 weeks. She's 2 weeks
Oh
older.
my
Yes,
goodness.
she's 2 weeks older.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah, she's 2 weeks older
yes.
than me.
But you see, my husband, and this is why you have to check peculiar conditions in people's lives. My husband really was close to his dad and learned a lot from his dad. So he's so much more mature than you, as in even back then, than you would have expected for someone his age. Yes, you know, they say women mature faster than guys. So to now find a guy that is your age and is that mature, it was peculiar. And am I now going to say, oh, he's younger by 2 weeks, therefore forget it? I beg. Yes. Yes. So
Chinedu said that doesn't count. That doesn't count. Chinedu, 2 weeks doesn't count. Thank you. Please tell her it doesn't count. We are practically.
Bottom line, I arrived on this planet before you.
We are practically twins. You know.
So remember, it depends on the individual. You have to explore your own peculiar situation.
God will say the answer is inside
husband
material. Yes, husband material is her book, and it is our book. So she tells you the story of our journey. That's something like a rhyme.
The story of our journey.
The story of our journey. I'm feeling, my producer won't break my head. I think the guy don't the signals to make me end it. Okay, we're going to end it.
Yeah.
We're going to end it just to show you. We're going to be at Mount Zion tomorrow. We're going to be at Mount Zion tomorrow, and we're going to be speaking over there. It's called Colors of Love. Colors of Love. Singles on a married service. So if you're around the area, the address is right there.
Can they see the flyer?
Yes, they can see the flyer.
Okay, cool.
Yes, they can see the flyer. Singles and married service. It's here in Lekki. So if you're in Lekki, you can swing in. We'll be there. We'll be speaking to the couples. We'll be speaking to the singles also. It's a whole day. Yeah, it's a whole day. It's a whole morning event up to noon. Yeah. So
so if you're in the area, feel free to jump in and join us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, everyone, for being with us today. I think this has been quite interesting, and thanks to everyone who shared, who commented, who liked, who called. Yes, it was. I think this was good. Well, you see the different points of view, and this is part of what is so beautiful and peculiar about love.
Yeah.
Right? There's no one size fits all. So you always need to look at you, and then look at whoever that other person is, and then make your decisions and own it completely.
Somebody said if you're battling depression, I recommend Common Sense
for relationship. Yes. Thank you so much, Maiwa. Come and just chill and laugh and be happy.
Hide. My prayer just told us we are trying to get to 3,000 followers. So please subscribe, share, like,
tell other people about this,
and post it on your wall. I mean, it doesn't cost. It's like 15 seconds to post it on your wall.
Yes.
And put it on your
just
WhatsApp.
Share to your Facebook.
Share to your Facebook.
Yeah. Let's get the word out.
Get the word out. And don't forget our Japa PVC challenge. Based on the report they're giving me, they said we should open it up, that it shouldn't just be a dance challenge. It should be a PVC creative challenge. It should be a PVC challenge. So bring your creativity on, bring your dance, and you get the chance to win 50,000 naira. Now I have to go before they pull me off the set.
All right, let's go. This one na clarion call to all the brothers and sisters within this country. Naija, na our land. Now we go save am. If you know the Japa, better get your PVC. If you know the Japa, better get your PVC. If you know the Japa, better get your PVC. If you know the Japa, get your PVC. Make
say na pata they wear you. Everybody, mama and papa, maybe we can clear you. So you know gonna be like say we no help you. Get your BP, get your BBC, get your BP, get your BBC.
You know the japa, better get your PVC. You know the japa, better get your PVC. You know the japa, better get your PVC. You know the japa, get your PVC.
Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba.
Nigeria country, Nigeria country, Nigeria country, Nigeria country.